There we go. Okay. All right. I think I got audio working now. Let's see. Twitter is suggesting that I am live and very cool. Let's just verify. There we go. Okay. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so I'm gonna try to do a little bit of streaming here. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be working on a thing that I had suggested that I wanted to do, and I'm just moving some screens around. So just give me a moment here. Let's expand that out. Okay, cool. Let's refresh that. Okay. Let's go back to Twitter real quick. Okay, so here's the deal. Well, I say Twitter. I mean X. All right. So on X, I've been doing a few different things. One is I've been posting these like choose your own adventure style sessions. So basically it's I'll unveil some kind of concept of a scene that a party might find themselves in, and then a poll to determine what it is that they want to do. If they want to explore or ignore or press on and retreat, interact with things, that sort of thing. So, generally speaking, we don't get a lot of votes, but hopefully that'll change at some point. The next thing that I said I wanted to do, and let me just kind of scroll through my thing. I went kind of crazy on New Year's. So let's see. Somewhere here. But okay, well, until I can find it. Basically, the gist of what I am trying to do is for this year. Like the last year was Dungeon 24. I think we had a Dungeon 23 as well. So people were basically like once a week or something along those lines. Uh, they they were building like levels of a dungeon, and that seemed rather daunting to me and kind of outside of what I wanted to do um, at the time. Now, now that I'm not actively streaming as as much, I guess today we're streaming. But yeah, I uh, I'm not doing a whole lot. I've kind of lost my creative outlet, and pretty much after our Agents of Beard campaign, that streaming campaign that we were doing. But now I'm in the spot where I kind of really want to do something. I want to do some writing. So again, I don't. Maybe it's in my highlights. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. So I had decided that in the new year I want to build out an adventure of some kind. Maybe it's a hex crawl. Um, you know, w- like a full world, I guess, or a setting, or it could just be just a basic hex crawl, or it could be like a set of hex crawls. I think would be rather cool. Let me bump this up. Oh, there we go. There's me. All right, so here's me. Let's just kind of push that off to the screen. So yeah, so what I'm thinking about doing is writing. I want to get back into writing. I haven't really written much as far as like blogs or um anything really of the sort for a long period of time. And I wanna try to get back into that. So this is going to be my method to go about doing it. I think at least here the idea was I was going to start off by rolling a region and then just kind of like building out the region from there. The plan right now is to use Perilous Wilds Revised Edition and the Freebooters of the Frontier Second Edition, the playtest material that's been brought out. Those are like this. There's like PDFs with a bunch of words, but primarily what they're offering is these D12 tables and D100 tables. So just kind of roll some tables and see what happens. See what can come out from it. So I had been doing this, which is basically, you've got some details for a region. You've got different like features that would be there for them for the players to explore. And generally speaking, the this kind of goes along the lines of something else that I've been working on, which is these threads. And it's just, rolling on some tables, rolling on the discovery or dangerous tables, see what pops up, and then build from that. So skeletons is what I was calling it. So basically, a skeleton with some brief details, and then building off of those details to see, like what comes of it. But with the skeletons, the primary focus was just to get the brain working. Uh, you know, drawing up some point crawl style maps here for this particular dungeon, and yeah, just put it out there and see what people think. But also, to get uh your mind working as far as like thinking of like how you could do this. So like not really any firm details, just general like concepts, right? And then building from there. So what I want to do now is I want to take that general concept and for the next 12 months uh build out a whole thing. Build out a whole adventure of some kind. I'm thinking we'll start off with regions. And then those regions, depending on size, will have X number of things inside. And like once a month, we'll roll out a new region. And then throughout the month, we'll just put some thought together as far as how all of these different things can work together. Um, Potentially have, between uh, January and October, 9 to 10 different regions, and throughout the process, tying the regions together because each region is going to have a faction or something that could easily tie to something else in a different region or a different hex, like 4 hexes away kind of thing. So just tying everything together, fleshing everything out, and yeah, and see what comes of it. It'd be great if we could like put this in a spot where it's halfway decent, you know, decent enough that, we can make a PDF or a blog out of it or something. But for now, I think I'll be doing these streams as I'm going through the different processes. But then also, uh, putting together a blog, and then hopefully eventually release a PDF or a set of PDFs. Again, if we just do like a hex crawl for each individual region, then theoretically we've got 10 different hex crawl adventures, right? Or if we want to merge everything together, then we've got like one large thing that could theoretically be a year's worth of sessions potentially. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see if my energy continues throughout the year. But that's my thought is go uh build out 10 different regions, so 10 different individual hex crawls, and then tie them all together into a setting and yeah, really flesh it out. It's going to be system agnostic. I'm a 5e player by default, uh, but I also have done some Dragonborn or Dragonbane stuff, both as a DM and as a player. Shadow Dark is the new thing that people are into. Old school essentials and Dungeon Crawl Classics is another area that people like to go into. So um, I want it to be applicable to whatever. So like creatures probably won't put stats together. We might, but yeah, we probably won't put stats together. Just to give you some general concepts and allow you to pull from the monster manuals and creature codexes that you have and play play with that, you know. Also, I don't really have a plan for today's stream. I'm just going to be rambling, so hopefully that's okay for you. Let me see. I am usually streaming on multiple monitors. Um, and by usually I mean like a year and a half, 2 years ago when I did this on a like actual desktop. Now I'm on my laptop, so I'm kind of switching back and forth between monitors. So we'll see. We'll see how things play out. But if you do leave a comment, either on the YouTube feed or on here on X, I'll try to include that. I'll try to include that. And let me see. Oh, okay. So yeah, here's my setup. I've got Obsidian, which is a markdown file editor. So I've got basically I took a bunch of these roll tables from again Freebooters of the Frontier, as well as um, Perilous Wilds, and then just some other stuff that I've kind of strung together. And I've put them all into individual markdown files. So we've got like discoveries and dangers, dungeons, so building a dungeon from scratch, NPCs and factions, regions, settlements, treasures, and yeah, just put them into individual markdown files. And then what I'm using is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT now has uh, projects. So it's like a folder, but it's like a contained thing where you can upload all of these files, which is what I did. So I've got all these different files going, and then I can basically, regardless of where I am on my phone, which is generally the case, if I'm if I'm posting on X, I'll kind of go here to you know to handle really two different things. One is rolling. So again, if I'm home, which I am now, but if I'm home and I want to break the dice out, I can do that and just refer to these tables as is. But what's nice with having ChatGPT do it is that there's a written record, so it's like something I can go uh back to uh as I need. But also, yeah, it just takes that. So it's like it's more of a uh I don't know. It just takes the work off of me, right? I don't have to do the rolls. I don't have to necessarily sift through all the tables to look at the results and then write that down and then um try to piece some things together. So yeah, so I created this project. It's got all these individual files. And then I've got instructions, which are basically like, when I prompt you for something, first go to this one document and re-review the general instructions, and then go to the other marked on files as prompted, either directly or indirectly. So a direct prompt would be like roll two discoveries and one danger. well, then go to the discoveries and dangers markdown file. An indirect prompt would be, if there's a nested table, so which a lot of this stuff is. So if we go to discoveries and dangers, again, it's like you roll a d12 for your category, then your subcategory, and then your description. So like you roll a one, you get unnatural feature under discoveries. You roll another d12, you get planner. You roll a three, you get planner, and then you roll a d12 again to just give a better a better description of what that thing could be. The other thing is the main document I'm using, the main like prompt or instructions is just kind of walking through like what the actual process is and what I am expecting of it to do. So again, just kind of like doing what we just talked about. But then also, I do want a sounding board. That's the other role. So the first role that I want ChatGPT to do is the manual labor. So documenting the roles and actually rolling. And then from there, I'm going to take whatever the results are and spit back to it my thoughts, my first impressions, uh, or it can respond to me with, hey, this is talking about, X thing. Uh, if you want, I can roll on table A, table B, table Z, just give me some ideas. So basically, we're gonna have ChatGPT act as kind of like a seasoned dungeon master or game master to kind of help us through our thought process. So a lot of times it'll throw like suggestions. I'm not really interested in it, but a lot of times, like yeah, just kind of keep the overall thought going. So this is a big old prompt that I was actually using for a custom GPT that I built to do this. But yeah, as you can see, that's kind of how we did these choose your own adventure style posts for X. So I had it roll two discoveries and a danger, and then we just work through how to merge all those things together for one encounter, and just the thought process of how to go through that. So, so that's my process. I know in the uh, uh, TTRPG world right now, using ChatGPT or any digital AI thing is kind of looked down upon, especially on the art side. And I guess I can see the art side for sure. Uh, but for this, which is mostly manual labor, and to uh, listen to me ramble instead of always coming to these streams to just ramble. I have someone like bouncing back ideas off of as we go. So yeah, that is the introduction. I don't know how long we've been going. That is the introduction of what it is we're going to be trying to accomplish, how we're going about doing it, and then at this point, I just kind of want to start rolling and see see what happens. Again, oh, and by the way, probably hear dogs barking in less than 30 seconds. Uh, it's just gonna happen. So we'll deal with it. But yeah, so again, my hope is uh we can turn this into a blog, and or at least some quality X content. And then eventually, by the end of the year or first month of 2026, release PDFs, at least like playtest materials. I don't really foresee selling this, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. I doubt it though. But yeah, I am hoping that we'll have 10 different individual hex crawls, different regions, that we can either release individually or release as one thing. And again, system agnostic, and yeah, just some fun things, and hopefully they all tie together. But if they don't, that's no big deal. But yeah, we're just gonna see how things go. This is kind of like my Dungeon 23 or Dungeon 24, and I don't have a name for it though. If you got a suggestion, let me know. But yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and get started. I don't think what are tools? Canvas. Let's do. Oops, got that one. New world. Region. Yeah. Let's roll up a region. So again, it's going to pull from the our region, and it kind of spits at me its general process. I've got it showing all of its results and how it got there, just so I can double check. Because AI is pretty cool, but it fails often. It just doesn't work the way you were hoping. So yeah, this is like I think this is Python. This is the Python script that it's putting together, and of how it is getting these results. So all right. So yes, creating a region. We need alignment. We need a safety rating. We need region tags and features. So let's. Oh, and I did alter this real quick. Let me make sure I did this. So we've got um, I'm looking for region size, region name. Okay, alignment, safety tag. Oh yeah, region size. So freebooters of the frontier. At least the playtest material has 5 options: small, sizable, large, expansive, and vast. I ended up removing expansive and vast, but I just kind of made a note here for my future reference in case I ever want to edit this. But yeah, we removed the super large regions. We're just going to go with it take a few hours to cross, or it could be a few days, or a 10-day or two to get across. So that's going to be our region size. So let's see. We've got alignment. Lawful. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's create a new file here. Uh, region 1. All right. So lawful, and then safety is unsafe. Okay. So yeah, depending on where you are, it could be unsafe. I mean, lawful could mean anything. Very, very strict, or it's not actually good, I guess. It could be either or. Uh, for tags, we've got climate is temperate, sizable, so 1d4 days. And let's, for size, can you roll, uh, resolve those rolls? 1d4 days and 2d6 features. Oh, actually, okay, it did actually do features. Okay, so we got that. Did it do size? Okay. Wow. Okay, so I just updated a bunch of my stuff here. Like right before I did this, stream that is. And so it is giving me a lot more information than it normally does, which is kind of interesting. All right, so for size you can how many days? Okay. Oh yes, and then it provides me a general summary. So actually, we can go ahead and copy this. So let's do that. All right, so we've got a it's lawful, it is unsafe. It's a temperate, so temperate as in um it's nice. You know, it's like normal average weather. It's not too hot, not too cold. Creature is a hostile yet sleeping boar pig. So that is one of the features. Another feature is a site. So yeah, let me bring up what this is, what this is actually bringing up. So yeah, as far as alignment and safety goes, you know, the default for wilderness is dangerous. Most regions are neutral or indifferent to the moral conflicts of civilization. Um, but the regional features. So yeah, a creature is any entity that might provide challenge or opportunity to the party. So we rolled on the creature tables over on discoveries and dangers. So that is. Oop, let me bring this up. Let me bring that back. Region one. All right. So a sleeping boar pig. Site an outpost claimed as territory by survivors or descendants. Oh, okay. So we got another creature. It did not finish that roll, and then site not yet rolled. Okay, so would you like to roll for name, century, impressions, or further features? Oh wait, no. Began rolling for the second creature feature, but did not complete it, and the fourth site remains unrolled. Yeah. Okay. Roll for the second creature and the fourth site feature. Uh, Fourth feature. So most of the time when I do this, I don't have it on desktop. My primary device of choice when talking with ChatGPT or really writing Markdown or doing anything really is on my phone. So having all of these different windows is kind of wild for me right now. Second creature roll. Okay, so we've got a wild humanoid. Okay, so a wild humanoid. And the site is inhabited cave. Okay. All right, very cool. And okay, so the humanoid is oops. All right, so wild humanoids arguing or infighting, cautious or doubtful as far as the disposition when the party arrives. And there are five individuals. Okay, very good. The site is an inhabited cave. Um, and are inhabited by bandits or other criminals. Okay, very good. And feature crystal formations within the cave. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So we've got a 1d4 days across. Oh yeah, we did roll that. So 1d4 days, 3 days across, and Four features. All right. 3 days to cross. So if we're doing 6 mile hexes, well, let me ask. I'll just have ChatGPT do that math for us. So, 3 days to cross, with 6 mile hexes. We'll go like 18 miles per day of walking. What does? Oh, yeah. No, okay. If we're doing 18, that's a lot. That's a lot better. All right, let's do 15 times 3, 45. Okay, so 40, 45 miles. 6 mile hexes, so 45 by 45 kind of thing. Let's do, instead of that, let's do 42, or seven hexes by seven hexes. Hold on, 7 by 7 hexes. Okay, so that's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Okay, so we have a creature that is I'm kind of confused why it gave me sleeping. I mean, I know where it came from. Uh, so if we go into the creatures table, roll in the details section for activity disposition, number appearing, orientation, and visibility. I should probably update that to do that if I ask you to, but that's okay. So it is sleeping. But that does, we'll probably remove that line. Um, but yeah, this region probably known for its boars. It's got some wild humanoids. It also has a cave that is inhabited by bandits or criminal outcasts. It has a site that is claimed as territory by survivors or descendants. So uh, these first three things, I think we can easily attach those together. There is wild humanoids in the area. They are here. Uh, they've claimed an outpost. Maybe they're descended from the outpost. It could be like orcs or uh, kobolds. Um, and hunting boar. I like to hunt boar. I think that makes sense. The inhabited cave, though, bandits or other criminal outcasts. It to me sounds like there's a faction there. All right, so we're rolling on region now. Let me open this up in a new tab, and yeah, okay. So let's do this. We got temperate. Um, for region climate, let's roll for terrain under region, or terrain on regions.md, and um, yeah, and roll two tags as well. Site. All right, so we've got, here we go. Site is a specific point of interest, such as a waterfall in a jungle, a monastery in the Rocky Highlands, or a dungeon. And we've got a inhabited cave. We know that the inhabited cave is uh, has bandits or other criminal outcasts. It also has a feature. I'm kind of confused again. So this is one of the issues with ChatGPT. is that it, you know what? I'm gonna take my face off. Hold on a second. Here we go. So you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at. It uh it at times will just randomly roll things, and it's hard to tell like why why it did that. But okay, for region climate, let's roll for terrain, and roll two tags as well. And then for the bandits, let's roll on the NPCs and factions uh, tables to determine what the faction is. What the faction. Okay. And I'm really not sure how this is kind of like off topic. I don't know if I can see if we do comments. Can we do comments on X? I don't know if I see if you guys are commenting, I have no idea. No idea how to see those. Oh yeah, there is a chat. Okay, I just had to expand. Okay, cool. Hello. And then yeah, let me pull up YouTube. Cool. Hello, Jesse. All right. Yeah, I think I need to get my third monitor set up just so I can have like chats and stuff lined up. Uh, but okay. So, what were we doing? Region climate, uh, terrain type is a wetland, marsh, swamp. So let's bring that over. Oh, we already did that. Okay, my fault. But that fits. That worked properly. Then tags. Let's do barren. Here, do this and disputed. Okay. All right. This is really cool. So this is kind of like the magic of random random tables when you do them all kind of like together like this. Is that there's always a result that uh, makes it like instantly able to be tied into other things. So although this one is kind of confusing, lacks abundant water or fertile soil, foraging may not be possible. Well, it is a wetland swamp, but maybe it's the fertile soil part. You know, it's mostly covered in water, so they really can't do much. Foraging is mostly you know animals. These pigs, these dang pigs. But yes, disputed. So it is a disputed regions claimed as property by two or more parties, and I think that's where our two things set up. Our wild humanoid faction, possibly survivors or descendants, uh, that are trying to claim this outpost. And we also have the inhabited cave that there are bandits. So for the bandits, though, let's do that. The bandits are chaotic. Uh, they are rebels. So that kind of makes sense, or at least it fits. That they're some kind of uh, criminal outcasts. So they're the rebels. Their influence is pretty capable, so they're able to take care of themselves on an even playing field. And you know, but they are resigned. So they're uh, their cohesion is like how easy it is for them to kind of stick together. So they're unhappy, but they're uh, they're okay. You know, they'll just deal with it. Um, all right. For the humanoids, for the wild humanoids, I think we'll do the same thing. Let's roll on the factions tables. And let's pull up that real quick. So, yeah, we'll say that they are outsiders. Yeah, we already know what like their occupation is per se. Let's get um the one thing that I wish we had in Obsidian was like a kind of like a table of contents. Um, kind of like a Google Docs like sidebar, like a bookmarks bar. So you easily go back and forth between these headings. But okay, factions. Yeah, we should probably treat these as a faction as well. Um, uh, as far as the different types go, I think we will probably we'll just call them outsiders. So the only thing just looking at this, the only thing that I think that I would want to can I pin this? Yeah, okay, sweet. All right, the only thing that I think that I would want to change is probably the features, uh the, the number appearing for these creatures, these wild humanoids, is only five. And it seems like that's not a lot. But maybe that's for reason, I guess. Uh yeah, so let's roll give me alignment, influence, cohesion, and yeah, we want faction problems and assets for both. All right, so, but yes, faction problems and assets will give us some kind of idea of either what they have or what they're trying to accomplish or issues that they're running into. Okay, so alignment is neutral. Um, okay, let's just copy and paste. That's easier. Uh, and then come on. Problems and assets. Okay, so a feud with another faction. Okay, yep. Wild humanoids. They've got an old grudge. Not sure. Espionage capability spies and moles. Okay, so they're pretty good at spying. Very cool. So wild humanoids. Let's do problems and assets. I just got problems. Got an old grudge. They got a subservient or vassalized to another power, and criminal offenses in the past. So again, that could be that could where my mind is going with this. Actually, let me bring this up again. Okay, my hair's all messed up. Sorry. All right. So where my mind is going with this is, yeah, the region is disputed. So it's claimed by two or more parties. We've got the two parties. We've got the wild humanoid. We've got the bandits or other criminal outcasts. So the alignment is chaotic for the bandits. Alignment is neutral for the humanoids. Um, Humanoids are also cautious and doubtful. Did we get a no? Let's get a disposition for the bandits. Um, Neutral. Okay, interesting. This disposition, neutral. Okay. So yeah, we've got two things, two factions that are feuding. We've got these wild humanoids, that are um loyal to their cause, which is claiming this outpost, which maybe they have claimed it. Um, but they've got these problems, this old grudge. Uh, they're subservient or vassalized to another power. They've got a criminal offense in the past. The other group, the bandits, they've got a feud with another faction. They've got an old grudge too. So maybe these two were working with one another, probably on good terms. And then they split. So yeah, you've got like they are more begrudgingly continuing to work with them, but are not happy about it, not wanting. And you know, we don't know if there are any of these wild humanoids still in the bandit camp, or if all the wild humanoids just kind of split off. Said, you know what, this is our land. This is our outpost. This is where we want to be, kind of thing. Just kind of split off. I don't know. I don't know. But I could definitely see how a split in the bandit faction would um would cause like the mood, the vibe to change. You know, that they're resigned, that they're not super happy. I think that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we got a region with four features: wetland, marsh, swamp, 7 by 7 hexes. So that'll be our first like general hex scroll. Let's before we get a name, is there anything else that we are interested in? The creature, the hostile sleeping pig. I'm guessing it rolled for number. Let's double check. Let's double check subtype beast activity. Oh, it did not do number. Okay. Uh we'll skip that. We'll say that uh boar pig is like the native like beast in the area. Native beast all over the region. Maybe at a hunting ground. So four things that our party can interact with. They've got this pig. They've got this outpost. Wild humanoids maybe are trying to recover the outpost, or trying to find it. That's a possibility. Or maybe they're already there. Yeah, you've got these wild humanoids that are cautious or doubtful when the party arrives, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to work with them. Could be allies. It just kind of depends who they run into first. Are they going to run into the wild humanoids first, or do they run into the bandits who are disputing the region? That's a pretty solid skeleton. Pretty solid skeleton. Is there anything else that we want? This cave. This cave we could probably turn into a dungeon. So to do dungeon, uh, dungeon crawl for that. Again, this is our January region. We're going to try to do 10 of these. So all throughout January, we will flesh this all out somehow. I don't probably won't be streaming all of it, but at least getting it into a form it's available to you guys, I guess. Blog. I might do a blog. I might do a blog or on X. We'll just do an X thread kind of thing. We'll see. We'll see how things play out. But yeah, as we flesh that out. So we've got yeah, so we've got to do item. This cave is going to be a dungeon crawl. The crystal formations actually has me interested. Uh, crystal formations. Do they do anything? Maybe roll for ability or elements. And again, this is where like a sounding board comes in. Is that I don't necessarily want to dictate everything. I am open to ideas from ChatGPT as a seasoned dungeon master. But uh, yeah, I just kind of want some back and forth here. So yeah, do they do anything? So I don't know. I don't know if I am interested in having some kind of teleportation crystals. We probably will skip that. Element, life, light. Uh, yeah, naturally emanating light of some kind. I think is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and just may have meant a radiant glow. Uh, we will copy and paste this for now, but we'll come back to do, and we'll italicize that. Would you like further details on how these crystals interact with the environment or players? Not yet. We can come back to that. Um, for our wild humanoids to do, what are they? And just to kind of give you some idea, NPCs. No, not NPCs. In our discoveries and dangers table, we have creatures. So we've got monster, beast, and then humanoid. So there was like a bunch of options in both Perilous Wilds and the Freebooters of the Frontier books that we're kind of basing this off of. But I just kind of trimmed it down. I didn't want to go into like, are they elves? Are they dwarves? Are they goblins? Uh, I just went with rare, uncommon, and common. So let's yeah, what are they? Um, actually let's for the wild humanoids, what kind of humanoid are they? Rare, common, uncommon, from discoveries and dangers. But yeah, I did adjust the weights as well. So 2 to 5. uncommon. So that's like a little less than half. Half of them is common, and then the rare case, one rare, and it is rare. So, what are they? Rare. Okay. The outpost claimed. So what we'll probably want to do is in settlements. Well, actually, discoveries and dangers. We do have something. Structure. Yeah, structure. What is the age of the outpost? Because it could be a ruin, which means there'd be some great things that we can go there and explore. It's young. Okay, so it's a young outpost. So maybe it's not that the outpost is the territory that is being claimed. Maybe it is the entire territory that they're trying to claim. Whatever that area is. So outpost is new. Roll on. Uh, what do we got here? So we've got probably security. Roll on security. And then what else? Is there anything else that we want to add to our to-do list for the rest of the month? This feature, the sleeping boar pig will definitely be an encounter. To do flesh out encounter with sleeping boar. Okay, that'll be fun. It'll be a fun one. But yeah, there's probably a few that we could do. But definitely there, hunting ground if we want to go the route of like some kind of hunting ground, or just probably have some kind of random encounters. So yeah, that's probably another thing. Probably another thing we want to do. To do random encounter table for entire region. So yeah, probably see these wild boar all around. Probably run into these bandits on the road. Probably run into the wild humanoids. These rare wild humanoids. That's interesting. It's interesting again because like how much are we defining? Are we defining a full a full concept here? Because what's rare? What's rare is you know, it's going to be different depending on whatever your setting is. So I guess we could post or put you know, the rare the rare humanoids. Like, are those kobolds? Maybe not. Are those bugbears? Maybe. Could be fae, but again, how common are fae? So there, yeah, the way we might position it is uh give a suggestion, but suggest or promote the idea of uh the DM to customize that as they see fit, as whatever fits. especially if we're taking individual hexes or individual hex crawls, these different regions, and placing them into an existing setting. You know, it's gonna be different depending. It's gonna be different depending. Uh, okay. So we got dungeon to build. Got to figure out what these crystals are. We really need to flesh out the conflict between the wild humanoids and our bandits. But with the wetlands, marsh, swamp terrain, as well as it lacking fertile soil, that I mean, again, that to me sounds like it's mostly underwater. So 7 hexes to get across. 3 days to cross, walking in the mud. Uh, it's likely there is some dry ground. I mean, obviously in the cave, probably, maybe. Could be wet cave. Uh, but we might want to kind of fit in some kind of settlement outside of the outpost. But okay, let's name it. Let's name our region. So the region names, that's a big old table. Where we at? Yeah, so we've got a name template. So it's like the place or the adjective place, and then you've got D100 tables for each of place, adjective, and noun. The Sea of Green Despair. All right, I'm not sold on that one. Uh, let's reroll. The Ghost's Cold Step. Um, okay. So I'm not really digging that. We do know the terrain though. So our terrain is swamp. So what do we got here? We've got, oh, no, it's adjectives. All right, terrain. We have uh ditch. I guess would kind of fit there. Marsh, tangle, tangle. I think would fit here too. All right, let's go ahead and copy this. So we've got the ghost cold step. I'm not really into. Oops. Names. The ghost cold step. Not into that. Also not into the Sea of Green Despair. Uh, the Marsh of Green Despair, I think would fit better. Yeah, that's really not doing anything for me. But we can come back to that. We're not stuck on anything on day one for sure. But okay, yeah, there's a whole lot here. We've got we've got 4 features. Let's roll. Let's do this random encounter table for the Cave. Random encounter table uh for the outpost. Probably do that too. And then settlement of some kind. I think each region should have at least one, if not two, settlements of some kind. Not just this cave, you know, or the outpost. The outpost, I guess, could kind of fit there. But if there's only five, if it's only like a handful, I suppose that goes into if if we solidify that number, and we'd probably use the Hamlet tables for our settlement. Uh, yeah, I think we would do that. Cave though, a cave in the swamp, it's kind of weird. So we might want to check into adjacent regions. Is there a hill or a mountain that our cave fits into? Yeah. Ah, so we might not be able to finalize that detail. Oh, and as far as like putting this all together, there might be art. I might I'm I'll probably build maps of some kind of like hex scroll map. Um, Otherwise art, or I might not. I might just call out to my friend Bexilla. So Bexilla did respond to me at some point that was interested in doing the art for this. So if that is the case, if we do any art for this, probably commission Bexilla, and hopefully she doesn't charge me a whole lot. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. But okay, yeah. Um, so we need to name it. But this is all cool. This is a lot of work, a lot of stuff to do. But we have at least dungeon crawl to build out for the cave. We got to flesh out these different factions and what they're doing and where they are. Um, and we got to see like what else is in the region. Because these features are like the main focal points. These are like the main things that the party will definitely run into. But there's a lot more. There's a lot more that they can do here. We're talking about like 7 by 7 hexes. So we'll probably want to get together, you know, at least a dozen different things for them to do. We don't have to fill every hex, but you know, we could try. But okay, yeah, I don't know how long I've been going. But I think this is where we're gonna end. This is our skeleton, our skeleton for our first region, for our hex crawl build thing that we're doing for 2025. Yeah. If you joined in on X, let me know. Let me know what you think of what we're doing and how we're doing it, and any thoughts that you might have would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end it. It is 5 o'clock. I am starting to get hungry. So yeah, we'll just call it here. Later.